a little bit of simple soil inversion. So we talked about perhaps double digging and single digging, you'll have heard those, but soil inversion means the digging is taking the soil that's on the top and putting it underneath. You're inverting the soil, which means you can dig in things like annual weeds, or in this case the green manure, and this is adding great organic matter and nutrients as well to the soil. The organic matter, the twigs, the sticks, as they rot down they leave air pockets, so they add air to the soil, which helps with drainage. It also adds great fibre, organic matter and so on. So if you think of the weight of a barrow of manure, we call this green manure because from a packet of seeds you have added great stuff to the soil without big loads of organic matter in the form of horse manure. So soil inversion, you can see I've done a little bit. It's not perfect, there's a few bits on the top, but the basic principle is get the spade to do the work for you. I have steel toe cap boots on, but I also buy steel toe cap boots that have got metal that runs through. So even when I'm putting a foot on a spade, it's not putting the pressure up through the middle of my foot. Remember, it's a lever. You don't want to pogo stick onto the spade, you're pushing down. You're using it as a lever like that. Using the lever there, not as your back. Save your back. So you're trying to do a flop over with the soil to invert it, and it should cover it up nicely. It's a little bit drier than I'm used to digging, but I think everybody's garden is a little bit dry at the moment, whether you're in a polytunnel or not. So you can see the quick flop over. Some bits, I'm not claiming to be perfect. I come into the top. Now they can either be raked off and put into a compost heap, or in a couple of days they will have wilted down and become part of the sort of structure anyway. There we go. I tend to work in one direction and then come back. Work at the speed you can work with the amount on the spade that you personally can cope with. Always better to look after your back and your knees and garden another day. Right, Louise is now going to tell you a little bit more about the names of some of the green manures you can use. There you go, Lou.
Okay, so here we are back, and this is our Sinapis alba, so this is our mustard, and all that polytunnel was, oh hang on, I've got gloves giving up the ghost, was sown from seeds like this. So this is our Sinapis alba, this is our mustard. Pop that back in there. Okay, so moving along, next we've got our rye. That's our rye seed in there. So this is winter rye, and this is Sakali cereal. So botanical names we're going for here. So winter rye, Sakali cereal. And then we're moving along here, and here's our winter tares in here, our Vicia sativa, and these are our vetch-like, and beautiful flowers on those as well. They look like a little pea, don't they, those ones? Moving along, this is our bitter lupin with beautiful flowers, like Lynn said, those indigo flower spikes. And this is Lupinus angustifolius. Moving along to our Phacelia, and here's our Phacelia. Common name for this one, Phacelia. And you can see those little curled up flowers there where it curls round like that. Very distinctive for identifying it. Absolutely fantastic with those indigo stamens coming up there as well. And this one is Phacelia tannicetifolia. So just to recap those, we've got our white mustard, Sinapis alba. We've got our winter rye, which is Sakali cereal. We've got our winter tares, or our vetch-like there, which is Vicia sativa. We've got our bitter lupin, Lupinus angustifolius. And we've got our Phacelia, Phacelia tannicetifolia. Okay, so that's just wrapping up from us then. We can't come that close, Sheila, because we're socially distancing.
We are.
We're 2 metres apart, so hope that helps you with your green manures.
Have fun using them.